Janet. Thanks
Hi,
for doing
Marissa.
this. Thanks for doing this for us. Why don't you start by introducing yourself and just telling us a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Okay. I'm Janet Gerard. I'm from Oregon, and I'm a nurse with arthritis and some other issues. Yeah.
And how long have you been working with us through telehealth?
I think almost 2 years.
Yeah.
I think, yes.
So, okay, awesome. So you've been with us for a little while. If you could think back to before you started working with us, what were some things you were having trouble with and what caused you to reach out to us and ask for help?
Right. Well, I basically lost a lot of use of my left hip, and I went to doctors and they said I needed surgery and that was the only thing that could help, blah, blah, blah. And if something hurts, don't do it. So I wasn't really ready for surgery. I got very sedentary other than going to work and thought, this isn't right. And then my brother was able to see Dr. Anthony and got a lot of success. And so he told me about it. So prior to that, I wasn't walking, I wasn't hiking, I wasn't doing anything because I'd gotten sedentary. So life wasn't much fun basically because I wasn't doing the things that I like to do, but yet I was following what medical people out here had told me to do. I had tried physical therapy, but they always had lots of machines and stuff that I couldn't do at home, and I never found a whole lot of benefit from that. So when it came into Dr. Anthony, he showed me that there's not many machines around. These are all things that you can do on your own, and that was very appealing to me because I was going to be 3,000 miles away from your clinic. Right. So that's where I was to start out with.
Perfect. It's really cool to think back, and you've come such a long way. So I love hearing that story again. But tell me a little bit about what the experience has been like, what your virtual sessions are like, and just sort of the general experience overall working with him.
Right. So the virtual sessions are great. For one thing, it's in the comfort of my own home. I could be in PJs if I wanted to. We can, you can set it up. You don't have to get out. You don't have to drive somewhere. I get to see Dr. Anthony face to face. And if I want to even show him something, a certain, thing that's happening, or I can do that. So the actual sessions are great because we get to talk and do it. Now, he doesn't get to put hands on, obviously, but at this point, it really doesn't matter as much because and people will figure this out, part of it is he puts my exercises on a video. So every day, as much as you want, you can do your exercises with a video person doing it with you. It's not just a piece of paper that so many PT offices give you to do something. So you can see if you're doing it right. You can do it at the same pace that you're supposed to do. And so then it's really, I feel, up to you whether you want to get better or not. I do mine every single day unless he says, you're allowed to give yourself a break one day. So I don't have to drive to a gym or drive to a PT office. I can do it in the comfort of my own home at my own pace with my own stuff, watching my own TV show if you want to have it. So I think if I even lived in the same town, I would still want to do it this way. It has helped so much. And I can take my phone on vacation with me. I can still do those exercises most of the time while I'm gone. And there's it's Blue Jay Engage. I don't know how much information, but there's a little heart that fills up every day when you do it. And it's sort of like this motivating thing. It's like, well, I got to fill up my heart, so I'm going to do it. So just little things that have made it really fun to do your exercises, as well as you just see the progress that you're making because all of a sudden I can walk around the block now. I do have less pain. But when we have our checkups, then I can say, oh, I've got this or that. And he'll say, well, are you icing? Oops, I'm not icing. So there's always that checkup. You're not totally on your own, as well as he's like, if there's something you don't like about the exercise or something, you can just always email. You're not out there alone. Then he can email in his own spare time too. You don't feel like you're bothering him. He can email when he needs to. So I think it's a win-win.
For sure.
For me, it was.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And then lastly, what are some things that you've been able to get back to doing over the past 2 years that you couldn't do when you started with us?
Right. Some of it is just simply like being able to work and do activities without as much pain because I'm just more mobile. I can walk more. I have two issues, so I have a hip thing and a knee thing. So at times, I first went to him for my hip. So at times, I can definitely walk a lot farther. You know, currently I have a little knee problem, but I can hike with my family minimally. It's never going to be perfect. I can, like I say, work without pain. I'm much more, I like to do activities in my yard. I can do those things. And just life in general. I also, as sort of a side benefit, I just feel more fit because I'm doing my exercises every day. And I think it's keeping the rest of my body healthy because I also get arm exercises, that sort of thing. So a lot of it is there's less pain, which is great.
Awesome. That's perfect. Anything you would add just for somebody who is skeptical about going the PT telehealth route, or that was just unsure if it would be a right fit for them?
Like I said, it was just a win-win for me because it puts me in so much more control. I think most people, if they're seeing a physical therapist, they've seen them multiple times before if it's a chronic problem. So you see them and then you tend to go home and you just go away from it because you don't have the machines that they did stuff on. It's like, you can't,
Right.
I think I already said this before, so you don't have those machines at home. So yay, I do that there, it felt good, I'm on the machine, but then it just drops until you have the next appointment 6 weeks later.
Sure.
So this way, like I said, it is in your control. I think it would be worth anybody trying it. So you always have access to Dr. Anthony via email. You get that check every 6 weeks or whatever it is, so you get the face-to-face. I'm trying to think why someone would be skeptical, because it's just been such a win-win thing for me to have the access to him, the access to the exercises daily, and not having to be dependent on machines or purchasing something like that. Everything, there's bands at home. You can use, a can of peas to do your exercise with if you want to, even though the gal on the video has the machine, the weights, whatever.
Right.
So I think I felt it put me more in control. It's really up to me. Janet, it's up to you. If you want to be healthy, you need to do these things, but yet you're not out there alone. He's always there available. So like I say, I doubt that I would do it any other way, honestly. It's worked so well for me. So.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just thankful that you have it. It had never been offered to me before, and I had been to many physical therapists before with, various things. So it had never been offered. It's out there. I was trying to say what else. And honestly, for right now, with our times that we're in, I don't have any exposure to anybody out there in the world. Or if I even had a cold sometime, I can still have my appointment with Dr. Anthony, or I can reschedule. But it just doesn't interfere with your life as much. Yeah. If I didn't have needed a ride and then enough a ride, I don't have to worry about finding a ride. I don't have to worry about being exposed to anybody. I don't have to worry about giving somebody my thing. It's just, like I say, the comfort of my own home, but I'm still getting treatment. And I think that's a huge benefit because we don't know what's going to happen in the world right now anyways. Plus, even somebody who's like fresh post-op, if they don't want to be around, things that are going on yet right now, but yet they do need to get those exercises going. This is such a great way to do it. I can't speak more highly of it, really. It's worked so well for me. In fact, then I recruited, my husband has issues. So now my husband is also, so Dr. Anthony has to schedule a double appointment for us. But so I speak the praises of it to anybody. They're like, some people say, oh, your doctor's in Pennsylvania and you're in Oregon, how weird. I'm like, yeah, isn't that great? It works great. He's giving me what I need, and I don't have to find somebody out here that try and do the same thing. We can do it even though we're 3,000 miles apart. So that's cool.
So cool. I love it.
It's really cool.
Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time so much to do this, and I'm so happy for how far you've come, and just really grateful for having been able to build a relationship with you guys. And I feel like you're like family now.
Thank you. And something else, for me, it has become a lifestyle because of the way you can do this, especially with the video. It's just a lifestyle. I don't go somewhere and not do my exercises. So I think we can all benefit from having that in our life, but yet I don't have to get a gym membership. Even if I'm not have these bad problems anymore, I will continue to do these exercises probably forever in one form or another and not have to join a gym or buy a bunch of stuff. So it's great lifestyle as I get older. Keep from getting rusty and old.
You're a rock star. Well, thank you so much.